Hey, I wanted to share a really important and I think super powerful gold nugget with you. I have been sharing this now for more than 12 months with our clients and seeing enormous results. And I just understand for a lot of people how frustrating it can be if you're starting out in your market, or you've taken a pivot and you want to change your direction, or you're someone who's been doing something for a long time, you now want to start teaching it or showing other people how to do what you do. You want automated income, you've decided to get online with Amazon, and you want to sell online and you want to leave your full-time job, but you want to know how you can get instant credibility really quickly and catapult yourself to the top, and as we like to call it, stand out. And I mean really stand out in the crowd. So I want to share with you a way that we do, what we do for our clients, and the way we help them, and actually what we do for ourselves to help us stand out. So I'm going to show you a bit of an example about what I'm talking about, but what I mean by standing out is I mean that you have credibility, that you have trust, that people value what you've got to say, that they stop and listen to what you've got to say when they're feeding through their Facebook and social media pages. Now, for my area of business, it's standout marketing. So I want to be known as a credible source of information when it comes to standing out and marketing. So if clients come to us, they know that by using us, we are going to help them stand out. But there are a lot of people out there doing marketing. I mean, I am one of thousands of people that are out there selling their services in doing marketing. We do it really, really well, and I think we're the best, but you don't know that. You don't know me potentially, and you don't know the style of marketing that I do and whether I'm worth listening to. So how do I get you to listen to me, and how do I get you to pay attention, and how do I get you to trust what I'm saying? Well, I understood very early that in order for me to position myself as an expert, I needed to leverage off the power of other experts in my industry. And that's how I came up with the Standout marketing event, and what we've been doing for the last 18 months with clients. My background's magazine publishing, and I saw the power of celebrity / credibility / experts, and how people gravitated to those experts when they saw them in a magazine. So I took all my skills of magazine publishing and I turned that into a marketing machine. So let me give you a little example. I hope you can see this. It's going to be, that's a bit shiny. It's going to be a little bit backwards for you. You're looking at it the other way. But this is a magazine that I've just launched called Standout Marketing Magazine. So it's a digital magazine, and what I've done in this magazine is I have actually gone and interviewed people in my industry that have an enormous amount of credibility. So for example, you might not be able to see his gorgeous face there, but on the front cover of our magazine is Neil Patel. Let me just scroll to our contents page and our contributors. So as you can see there in the magazine, I've got people that I've interviewed like Neil Patel, who's, if you don't know him, Google him. He's, I think the Wall Street Journal called him one of the most influential people in marketing today, in digital marketing and online marketing. He is a genius, and I follow a lot of what he does, and I'm regularly reading, every day on his website, getting tips from him. He shares the most fantastic content and got a huge audience. So I was lucky enough to spend about half an hour in the end interviewing Neil, and found out that he had a new baby daughter, and we've sent him a gift to his baby girl, which he's most appreciative of. But I was able to interview Neil Patel. Now, before this magazine was even live, I was doing presentations at various locations, and I knew that the audience really valued Neil Patel. So it was someone that they thought was really powerful. So what did I do? In my presentation, I talked about, I don't know if any of you might know Neil Patel. Well, I've recently actually just spent half an hour chatting to Neil Patel about what's happening in the space of marketing, and you should have seen the looks on their faces and people coming up to me saying, wow, did you really get to speak to Neil Patel? So yeah, I did, because my magazine reached out to him. Our publishing team reached out to him using a really simple script, and I was able to spend time with him. Now, some of you may not know Rand Fishkin. He is one of the nicest people I've ever interviewed. He's from Moz. So if you don't know him, he was one of the original founders of Moz, which is a $45 million company founded in the it wasn't founded in Silicon Valley actually, but it's a huge company where it ranks websites using a Moz score, and it's massive. And again, I interviewed him because that kind of credibility is enormous for the people that I'm talking to. I also was able to interview Ted Rubin, who is another huge marketer in the US. and it does a lot of stuff on return on relationships, which is a really important part of what we do in our marketing. So you can see that I was able to spend time with these guys. I've done interviews in the magazine. Again, I'm sorry about the glare, but this is my interview with Neil Patel that's been turned into an article, but it's also a video. So you can actually see me and Neil Patel together in a video. So the power of that is that I now am able to associate myself with people like Neil Patel, Rand Fishkin, Ted Rubin, and the list is endless. Issue 2 is already almost full, and we've got some really exciting people we're going to be featuring, like Grant Cardone. If you don't know him, I was at an event with Grant and Gary Vee a month or so ago and decided I'd love to interview Grant for the magazine, so reached out to his team, and we've got an interview lined up in the next 2 weeks. So have a think about, so these are the steps. If you want to earn instant credibility, get really well known really quick, get out there and find out who it is that's already making waves in your industry, that's got a huge reputation, and work out a way to position yourself beside them. So first of all, think about who they might be. We call that our Fabulous 50 list. So who is it that you might want to associate with yourself with that would make you look great? So for me, it was Neil Patel and Rand Fishkin. There is a whole bunch of others on my list that I'll be reaching out to. So I came up with my list. Then I had to think about what I could offer them that would be of value to them, that actually would mean something, why they would give up their time to talk to me. Now, luckily for us, we have the power of a magazine to do that. So that magazine, we're able to reach out to them and ask them to be interviewed for a magazine. It has enormous clout. Unlike saying, can I have you on my blog or my podcast, this magazine concept opens big doors, bigger than you could possibly imagine. So that's what we use. If you don't have the ability to use a magazine, well then come along to our 3-day event and I'll show you how you can. But if you don't and you can't come to the event, then maybe it is that you just reach out to them and ask them to be part of your blog or podcast and see how you go. Then you need to share the hell out of it. So this magazine's just launched. I am sharing as much as I can about the magazine and my relationships with the conversations and the engagement I've had with these people across all of my platforms. I am, what some might say, name dropping wherever I can so that I can position myself next to these experts in my industry. So not only that, we've created some beautiful collateral to share with these guys for them to share across their social media platforms so that they share the magazine that we've created, which would be absolutely phenomenal, and is about to happen. So, and happens for our clients on a regular basis. So, then we share it. I might decide to put it as my email signature. So in case you'd like to, check out my interview with Neil Patel at the bottom of my email signature. So if you want to get really quick credibility in your market, if you want to stand out as not just another business consultant, not just another real estate agent, not just another accountant, not just another whatever it is startup, not just another product on Amazon, if you want to show enormous credibility, then think about how you can stand on the shoulders of these giants, how you can position yourself beside these giants and really get standing out in the marketplace, catapulted, so that you don't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on marketing when you could do something like this. I hope that was helpful. If you want to know more or the idea's sparked but you're not quite sure how the mechanics of it all work, head along to our free 3-day event in October on the Gold Coast, where I will literally break down this entire process. I'm actually going to be sharing the scripts that I used, the emails back from Neil, all the bits and pieces that I used in order to get those interviews, and how we do this for all of our clients that we're doing it for. More than 35 magazines we've got out there now. Actually, it's more than that, magazines, and we're doing just this strategy to get them known in their industry. Thanks so much for listening.